How easy is it to overlook the risks posed by someone who makes false promises and cons thousands? Following the Saja Boys throughout their journey would be nearly impossible without becoming one of their fans. Even Huntrix admits that their first single is catchy, and their manager Bobby can't help falling for their stage presence and charm. Jinu assembled the Saja Boys to help us, and in-universe fans to let our guards down throughout K-pop demon hunters. It's easy to forget that he and his bandmates are actually very dangerous demons. Jinu might have a change of heart, but his friends don't, allowing them to take center stage as the supporting antagonists by the end of the film. Huntrix defeated what remained of the Saja Boys, but what if I told you that one of them might return in the sequel, bigger and better than before? Today's video is all about Baby Saja and how he's more dangerous than he leads us to believe.
Please welcome Huntrix! I love you, Huntrix!
Number 1. The Hat's Mask. Every member of the Saja Boys needed a unique look while blending in with their group aesthetic. For Baby Saja, that meant maintaining a youthful appearance and playing up the fact that he was the magne of the Saja Boys. One of his recurring props for this deceptive appearance is a hat he wears throughout the film. It's an accessory solely used by Baby and becomes a staple piece for his character design. Obviously, we real-life fans have come to recognize Baby by the yellow cap, with most art and cosplays including it. However, I don't think Baby's as attached to the hat as he lets on. Sure, it helps play up his youthful appearance, and he rarely goes anywhere without it, but it's nothing more than a costume. If anything, the hat's presence reminds Baby that he's a K-pop star and not a demon desperate to consume his fans' souls. After the Huntrix meet and greet, we see the Saja Boys throw away their flowers and fall into an uninterested slouch the moment they leave the public's view. So we can say with certainty that Baby Saja's nothing more than an act that Jinu cooked up. We see a glimpse of the real Baby, or the demon hiding beneath the disguise. It's during their game show scene when Baby surpasses everyone by downing a bottle of hot sauce. He makes downing a bottle of hot sauce look easy, something that's clearly not, given the other Saja Boys suffering in the background. Yet he slams the empty bottle down and addresses the audience with a bored goo goo gaga.
So spicy!
He can't! Baby Saja is the winner!
Goo goo gaga.
Some fans theorize that this scene is Baby making fun of the K-pop industry and how it treats its magne performers. On the other hand, it could also be Baby's mask slipping, as he fails to come up with something clever to say after winning. He doesn't interact with the fans or speak with Huntrix during the film, so he might be a demon of few words. It's worth mentioning that he doesn't wear his yellow hat in this scene, which could symbolize his internal shift from K-pop idol to contracted demon. Baby's peculiar phrase is also interesting, given how we see other demons act at the start of the film. I can buy that a demon might not know how to fly a plane, but I draw the line at them not knowing common phrases or how to use everyday objects. The only reasonable solution, assuming that these demons were once human or walked among humans, is that they came from a time period when objects like seatbelts and coffee didn't exist. The Saja Boys dress like Jinu when they're in the demon realm, which leads me to believe they're not modern demons and that they passed centuries before. If that's true, then they would need a crash course on modern humanity before becoming famous, booking gigs, and doing interviews. Jinu clearly does most of the talking, but he must train or teach the other Saja Boys about interacting with the fans. As far as the demons go, though, they seem to do the bare minimum when possible. Training aside, Baby's lackluster victory speech might have made complete sense to him given the context. His alias is Baby, after all. Any confusion or a lack of social cues could have been nothing more than Baby's mask slipping, allowing the real him to shine through.
I know, and that soul is just a starter. So let me get back to work, and you'll be feasting in no time.
Number 2. Gima's Flame. As we see toward the end of the film, the Saja Boys show no concern for Jinu. They rarely interact with him throughout the film, they don't try to find him during his nightly meetings with Rumi, nor do they stand up for him against Gima. I can't say how Jinu convinced the others to join the Saja Boys or if they received anything in return for successfully freeing Gima, but they appear completely loyal to the Demon Lord. Of course, Jinu and Rumi proved throughout the first film that looks can be deceiving. Although they may seem dangerous or work for a dangerous individual, their genuine desire is to help one another and protect innocent people from harm. Gima makes it nearly impossible for his demons to break the status quo or seek redemption. He uses their deepest regrets and biggest fears to make his subjects compliant, subjecting them to psychological torture. It's a lot, and incredibly effective. It convinces Jinu to betray Rumi at the very least, so it must have some pull with the other Saja Boys. Granted, we don't get to see what Gima whispers in their ear, but they don't hesitate to turn against their leader and his friends. It becomes clear that the other Saja boys remained loyal to Gi-ma the entire time, and that Gi-ma appreciates their devotion. Amid everything that's going on, it's easy to miss, but Gi-ma reacts to Baby's part of Your Idol. As he breaks into his token rap, Gi-ma's flame grows brighter and stronger, as if Baby's words inspire him and help break down the Hun Moon at the same time. Gi-ma could just be a fan of Baby, or the way Magnaes often include raps in their songs. After all, he enjoyed soda pop enough to sing one of the lyrics. I know speculating about the Demon Lord's music taste seems pointless, so I'll suggest instead that Baby might have a connection to Gi-ma that we have yet to learn about.
Don't you idiots know? Once the hunters turn the Holman gold, it's over for us!
Number 3, his disappearance. After Baby delivers the performance of his life during Your Idol, things go awry when Rumi arrives to foil their plans. Of course, she's not quick enough to save the old Hun Moon and stop Gi-ma from reaching the human realm. Technically, the Saja boys achieve their ultimate goal, even if their victory is a short-lived one. As Rumi reconnects with Mira and Zoe, they become a lethal fighting force that mows through demons like it's second nature. Instead of wasting precious resources, Gi-ma decides to fight Huntrix himself, with help from the Saja boys. The Saja boys don't hesitate to leap from the stage and into battle. I know they had nothing to hide at this point in the film, but the other Saja boys don't pull any punches. They actually look excited to fight against Huntrix, and to be fair, their numerous interactions throughout the film only built the hostility between the two groups. They likely dreamed of the day when they had the chance to tear into the girl group, assuming they're as bloodthirsty and malicious as they seem. The Saja boys split up to fight their respective Huntrix member, which I find interesting. Their fans paired certain members of each group together, and those ships likely formed over the weeks of competing with one another. The Saja boys gravitate toward their Huntrix member, perhaps to make up for the extra exposure and time they spent around one another. Baby and Mystery double-team Zoe, who steals a glance at the latter's face before cutting into him. Mystery dissolves into a cloud of smoke like the other demons Huntrix defeats, but Baby disappears. It's possible that Zoe took Baby out while Rumi said her goodbyes to Jinu and squared off against Gi-ma. But that feels like a lackluster ending for someone we spent the entire film with. I like the idea of him fleeing the scene instead, leaving to fight another day. His hasty exit would allow him and Romance to return in the sequel as dual antagonists, desperate to get revenge on Huntrix.
The Saja boys will sit with us.
What?
Rumi, what are you doing?
Genius.
Number 4, his open character. The final reason Baby should return as the next antagonist is the creative freedom left behind by his character. Throughout the first film, the antagonist storyline follows Gi-ma and Jinu, leaving little time for the other Saja boys. At best, we get a few clever lines and funny scenes, but there's nothing substantial that tells us why the other Saja boys joined Jinu, or how they entered the demon realm in the first place. In fact, because they're all putting on an act for the majority of the film, it's safe to say we know next to nothing about the other Saja boys, including their loyalties and motivations. With so much room to fill in the empty gaps, Baby Saja could become anyone, leaving wiggle room to create the perfect secondary antagonist for the sequel. He could return even stronger, with a few Saja boy loyalists at his disposal. Together, they could become a fighting force strong enough to take down Huntrix, especially if they had outside help from Gi-ma.
Krima must know we're so close to sealing it for good.
So he sends a demon boy band?
Well, it's working.
It's a shame that the film didn't have time to explore more demons who wanted to abandon Gi-ma, or only remained loyal to him because they didn't have a choice. There were a few background characters who gave off a friendlier, more innocent vibe, but Baby Saja definitely wasn't one of them. He never showed a sign of turning over a new leaf, suggesting he might prefer his life in the demon realm and the power Gi-ma gives him. If he's that far gone, then there's nothing stopping him from returning and reclaiming what the Saja boys rightfully won. Only next time, he might be a solo act. What do you think? Does Baby Saja have what it takes to be the franchise's next villain? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Oh no, the honor is ours.
No, it was ours.
No, it's ours.
Ours.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Okay, loud and clear.
What if I told you there's another way to get your freedom?